I'm about to say something that's going to upset a lot of my followers and likely a lot of my mutuals. And at this point, there's really no nice way to say this. So here we go. A lot of you have been on the edge of your seats watching the events in Australia. These events that were either well known to the government before it happened and they let it happen anyway, or even pre planned. Think 9/11 and manufacturing of consent. And you are watching as the numbers climb. You're watching as the numbers climb. I don't know what they are now, 16, 18. And nobody is mentioning one thing, and this isn't even the point of my video. Nobody's mentioning the fact that this was not just a Jewish group, this was a Zionist group event. Not to be conflated with Jewish. This was a Zionist organization that threw a Jewish event. Okay? So that rabbi that was expired very much backed the IOF genocide. Okay? Meanwhile, none of you are counting the numbers in Sudan, specifically El Fashir. Of people being actively expired in extreme heinous ways, well beyond, like, if you're going to call what's happening in Australia a massacre, you need to create a new word for what's happening in Sudan. It's that simple, because 60,000 people in like a blink of an eye. 60,000, not 60, not 16, 60,000. Say it with me. 60,000. And that's not including the people missing, which are even more than 60,000. We can see the bodies from space in Sudan. You can watch that live update too if you like. But you're not. Because many of you, as much as you play the role of decolonization, you will continue to put unmelanated lives on a pedestal above the lives of anybody else. Where Sudan is somehow tragic, sad, maybe sad, let's say sad, but the real tragedy is Australia. Things like that don't happen in Australia. Like, fuck, they don't. Because missing and murdered Indigenous peoples is not just a North America thing. It's really disappointing. And I'm not saying you shouldn't cry for your own. But the fact that you are crying about the, I don't know, parasitic removal of pests that are infecting the earth. And yeah, I'm saying that about Zionists. Simply because they share your proximity to whiteness. And I understand there were children. Any unwarranted murder is unfortunate and a tragedy. But I don't mean to be insensitive and just say, shut the fuck up. We don't care anymore. You don't care about Indigenous babies being stolen like this. You don't care about Indigenous rights being violated like this. You don't care about missing and murdered Indigenous people like this. And what's happening in Sudan is another version of missing and murdered Indigenous people. And they're all state sanctioned. All of them. And this event is going to be used to weaponize against other Indigenous people on their land. I can't sympathize anymore. I can't sympathize anymore when I understand with extreme clarity the disposability of my own children as a mother. Simply because you decide to subscribe to a hierarchy that benefits and privileges you above all else. Whether it's white feminism or MAGA. Please don't tokenize immigrants. You don't give a fuck about us. Please don't perform Indigenous allegiance of any form, because we see through the lie. And the only reason why you think it's authentic is because you're lying to yourself. You're just the only one in the room who isn't catching on that that's what you're doing. I don't care how harmful my narrative is anymore. I have been watching for a full day, play-by-play of this in real time. And great. The guy who wrestled the person holding the pew's name is Ahmed. I'm not surprised. We're cut of a different cloth and raised differently than all of you. That's your discomfort to sit in, not mine. You just refuse to sit in it.